Welcome to another episode of the Writers Mindscape. Adam, do your stupid thing.
Mindscape.
Still stupid.
Burning bush.
You just love that joke.
I'm going to hang on to that for a very, very long time.
Oh, God. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Writers Mindscape. I'm Tim.
I'm Adam.
I think we got back into a habit of actually introducing ourselves.
Yes, we have.
After a long gap of not introducing.
Randomly not doing it.
I never realized that we did it. It's still been so long since we had to record episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
I was trying to remember, what did we do for this?
I edit the beginning of every one of these, so I'm just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
let's
yes,
go on.
so today's episode, you're going to be listening to our planning session for the last few topics that we've covered. So in a few minutes, you'll just be hearing us discussing stuff. It won't be like our normal, us giving you advice. It's going to be us talking how we're developing our worlds.
Yes, our personal worlds.
Yeah.
These are, this is a story that we're building with each other / separately. We each have a world that is right next door to another one.
Yes, it's a world that has, literally, they're twin worlds in a sense, that are magically not colliding based on laws of physics like they should.
Right.
And there's a reason why.
Yes.
So I have one world I'm developing. He has another world.
Oh, I love my world.
And Adam has full say on what happens on his world for like laws and magic and all that. I have the final say on mine. But ultimately, we have to come to concessions. Concessions. I could not pronounce that word.
It's
today.
okay.
Concessions when it comes to how it applies to the bigger world.
Right.
Because we're both developing this together. So what we're gonna be today's topics we're gonna be covering will be our races and our religions.
Right.
For today. So in a second you'll be hearing us just start talking to each other.
Yeah. All right, Tim. So what's going on in your world? What kind of race do you have?
I'm supposed to know what my races are?
Yeah. God.
I still haven't.
I thought you had developed to this point because we're doing this planning session.
Yeah. Remember about my magic system? I have actually developed that, but I don't remember off the top of my head because it's been so long. But I know I had the notes somewhere. I just can't remember off the top of my head. But no, I honestly really haven't done any work on this world. But I do know this. So for races, I know I have the humanoid type race on my planet, which actually comes from yours.
Yes.
Based from the event.
Yes.
That kit transferred over. Mm-hmm. I have, because before the worlds got brought together, there were beings of spiritual nature, more spirit-based beings, but they're not actually spirits.
Yeah, they're ethereal.
I want to say
they have ascended being physical.
No, I won't even go that far. They're more like an energy-based form with a plasma-based skin.
Oh, okay.
I would say because they're actually physical, but they don't have a flesh body.
Right.
And organs. They have a completely different one because of what's in the core of the planet. There. But when they got brought together, they magically kind of got ripped apart because of that connection. And while those beings still exist on the planet, there's very few of them left. While other ones have tried to save the energy and knowledge, in a sense, that they had absorbed the energy in as they were being vaporized during the event.
Okay.
Extended to another level. There will be a different name for them eventually, but on your planet, they're going to be called angels.
Right.
On my planet, they'll be called something else, but I'll refer to them as angels from here until I have the name.
Okay.
But as we both agreed, they're dicks.
Oh, God, yeah. These angels are assholes.
Oh, yeah. And it's actually a joke for your story. It's like, you're an angel. No, do not call me that. Those guys, I've met them. They're dicks. So we just kind of stuck with it. So there's going to be a different race on there as well that will show up in the story at some point. And I've actually have decided that there's going to be like probably about 3 to 4 more races on there. Humanoid in a sense, but they're not going to be evolved from actual humans that came over.
Okay.
Because what's going to happen is during the event when they got brought into the Goldilocks zone.
Okay.
Because the planet was originally hop, skip, and jump past it.
It was just like, oh, I'm so close. It's just over that hill.
We'll give you an example of where it would be in our planet.
In our solar system?
Yeah, it'd be where the asteroid belt is.
Oh, okay. So it really is just outside of the area.
Where Mars is still kind of in there, but it's on the very edge. No, it's like
it's just outside.
As to put it more specifically, right where the asteroid belt starts.
Yep.
According to Mars, that's where it'd kind of be.
Okay.
So it's just kind of just barely there, but it's too cold to have normal life. But because what's in the core,
life still happened.
It's like having a different version.
Right.
But when it gets brought in, and warmed up, it became allowed for life to start to evolve. But because of what was drawing it in with the elder being, and what's in the core, it accelerated evolution from billions of years to about 1,000.
Oh, okay.
So like evolution.
So life sprang up and immediately things died off.
Started going from basic form to complex, dying off very quickly. So the debate over whether evolution exists or not. No, they know it is because people have actually witnessed it.
They're like, hey, yeah, it happens.
Yeah. So I haven't decided on the necessarily what they're going to look like. I will probably take a crack at like the elves in a sense from traditional fantasy.
Okay.
But they're not going to be elves. They're not going to be. But I'll probably take a crack at them and change them and morph them up into something different.
They're cats.
No.
Thundercats.
No. Adam, this is my world. You cannot do that. No.
I'm actually picturing a crossbreed between literally the Thundercats and your energy beings. So it's cats that permanently have static electricity at all times. They're like, God damn it, this sucks.
No, I am thinking about having a race of beings look like the Sonic the Hedgehog from the live action movie.
Oh no, why would you do that?
No, I won't, because he looks terrible.
It's so bad.
He looks horrible. No, so
I thought Fanforstic was bad. This is bad. This is worse than that.
Well, come on, Adam. At least he looks. When we actually see what he looks like, he looks a lot better than the outline that they.
But it's not better.
It's better. It looks better than what we thought we were going to get before we couldn't see the details.
It's like the difference between getting kicked in the balls with steel toe shoes and getting kicked in the shin with steel toe shoes. You're like, I think I'll take it in the shin. I mean, it's not really nice, but
no.
Okay, it's better than getting kicked in the sack.
Yeah, anything's better than kicked in the sack. But so I haven't really decided what the other races are going to be.
Okay.
They're probably not going to play much of a role originally in the story that I'm going to be telling on the planet before we do link into the overarching story.
Okay.
But they may get scenes. I might have to flesh out at least another one besides the angel and spirit beings ones. But yeah, so I'm going to have probably about a total of like 8. And there'll probably be more, but it's just, I'm not going to worry about them.
Okay.
So, but what about yours?
All right. I have humans.
That's it?
No, and there is a group of your energy beings that also in the cataclysm, as I call it on my planet, came over. When they came over and they settled, the humans of my planet mistaken them for angels because they saw them as radiant lights, who could kind of take human form, but not really. So they always seemed weird, except for one of them does take human form. Now that race has effectively died off by the point of my story starting.
Okay.
So, like, they are myth. And my story starts 4,000 years after the cataclysm.
Okay. Well, so is mine, but...
Well, yes. But, I mean, yours, like, they have it, they have a prehistory before that.
Yeah.
Like, this planet has been living in the green zone and has had life on it for billions of years.
Billions? Really?
Yep. Billions upon no. Life of one form or another. It's, I mean, it's only been in the last, like, I'm going to say, actually, 12,000 years that they've had a advanced enough society.
Okay.
So there is a prehistory, but a lot has been lost of what came before the cataclysm.
Yeah, that's what happens when two planets get drawn together.
Exactly. Suddenly, things fall apart.
The fact that they didn't get wiped out completely.
Exactly. So I have the humans. Effectively, there is only one race of human on my planet. Now, there are genetic details between different peoples that would say, "Hey, you still have like a 0.1% of this other thing in you."
Yeah.
Which now I really want to get into the people of my world and the society and okay.
That's the next episode.
I know. But I mean, the planet does have, standard Earth-like animals. Yeah, okay, so I'm basing mine on Earth, okay? Earth-like. So we have horses. We have, they're slightly different.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's basically just a bunch of humans.
Wow, your world's boring.
I don't need my world to be super exciting and having everything from fantasy.
I didn't say you had to, but you think you didn't want to play around with a different race besides just humans.
Well, look, maybe I'll discover a hidden race eventually.
Well, that's what you're supposed to plan now.
No, it's better that I allow that to organically surprise even me. And go, oh, hey, that popped up in the story. Okay, we'll go with it. Keep going.
I hate you, pantsers. Because I can't do it. Like I know everything ahead of time.
Suddenly there's a race of cat people that live in the jungle. They're really lazy, though. They're the ultimate killer, but they are an assassin group, but they are really lazy otherwise.
You really gotta, find their catnip to get them to do stuff?
Oh, yeah, basically. Like, they have everything, because to get their yeah, you know what? I've got in here okay. I have a race of cat people who live in the jungles, and they are assassins for hire. And it's really expensive to get them because they do a damn good job, but they do not want to deal with anyone outside of, you won't run into them at a city, at, a farmer's market. You might run into one that's,
on a job,
but they hide themselves. They camouflage very well.
What happens if you have their catnip?
Well, no, I mean their catnip is money.
No, I think you should have. They should have.
It's just money.
You should have some kind of catnip. I mean, it's rare. It's hard. Like no one really knows about it. But if you someone who does can take advantage, get their services for free.
Oh yeah, no. There are groups of them. They are. You know what I'm going to base them on?
What's that?
I'm going to base them upon Japanese culture.
Okay.
They have at home a very structured life.
Yeah.
Or society. Yes. But it's race. So then they have, but there are people that leave. They've been kicked out, basically, exiled, or they're on a job.
Okay.
But there's so many that are exiled because maybe they were not living up to society's rules. Maybe they indulged in the catnip way too much. They had a different type of catnip. I don't know. These are points in story that will happen later on.
Okay. Um,
I'm gonna write that down.
what happened to you mentioned like this was before the cataclysm.
Oh yes.
The race of like they were kind of referred to as god beings because they had powers, but they weren't really actually gods.
Oh, okay. So they will be known as champions going forward.
I mean, I know that's for the magic in your magic, but
who they were?
Yep.
They were such a powerful force.
Yep.
Before that, they were looked upon as, I mean, in the same way that a human would look upon a demigod.
Yeah.
You'd be like, wow, you are powerful. But at the same time, they're just like, yeah, I'm still mortal.
Okay.
At the pre-cataclysm, near the end of the cataclysm.
When so none of them survived the cataclysm?
They did, because one of the ways that they could become immortal is to attach their soul to a totem.
Well, I'm not talking about the magic system element.
No,
I'm talking about the actual people.
Oh, the actual people? Yeah, I mean, technically that entire race, if you will, has died out.
Oh, okay.
Has actually died out.
You know something like you have humans. You have godlike beings like
yes, they had been on the planet and interspersed with humans, but they were looked upon as being demigods at that point.
Yeah.
But then they started to die off, and a select few of them had decided to try to become immortal.
And become champions.
And then they're called champions once we get to magic.
Well, we've already covered magic, remember?
Well, yes, but we did?
Yeah, that was like the first planning session, dude.
Oh, well, I don't think I had it really that well at the time.
No, you did. You probably have more details now than you did
yeah,
then.
yeah, I do.
But like you still have the champion thing. Because I have the champion thing on my planet. Remember?
Yes.
But actually, ironically, I'm not playing around with the magic system that I made specifically for my planet. I'm playing around with the version of it of yours on my planet.
I know, it's so weird.
Because you didn't want to take my ideas and incorporate it in there, so I had to put it on my planet.
All right.
Douchebag.
All right.
Races. Do the humans have on your planet have any like special like uniqueness to them? Kind of like
physically.
Yeah, kind of like if you take a classic fantasy look at it in the sense of how like elves were immortal or long life or enhanced vision.
No.
Okay.
No. Average lifespan on the planet is about due to the fact that they are magic users and that can through that extend life. They actually have an average lifespan of 150.
Oh, okay.
It's not anything special. They just their maturity line lengthened instead of suddenly at 20 years old they're like, and I'm fully mature.
Okay.
Instead, it's like at about 50,
you're
considered fully mature.
Okay. Yeah, because on my planet, at least for the humans, have some ability. They can pierce the veil.
Oh.
And by veil, I mean the illusion of a sky where the other planet is.
Which, on my planet, there is a perception filter that prevents the people of my planet to seeing your planet hanging out by it.
Yeah, my people can actually see your planet.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Because, and there's legends that they may have come from there. They had no clue how that was possible.
It doesn't make sense.
They're like, okay, great. But I know this place, so I don't really care about going over there.
This has been our home for 4,000 years.
Maybe someday we'll figure out a way to go there, but I don't really care right now to get there because, because they can see the storm and they're like, I don't want to deal with that thing. So we have that race is done. Let's go to religion.
Okay.
And we're gonna start with yours because I know, take a guess of how far my religions are crafted.
As far as your races?
No, not even that far.
Okay. All right. So I have 4 major religions. on my planet.
Okay, before you say this, I just had to comment this because it just popped in my head.
Yeah.
Because I just find it hilarious, Adam, is that this was my idea to this podcast to do this world building, and you have spent more time on developing stuff on it than I have.
Okay, so since we started this, I have every time I have an idea, I just write it down or I store it, and I'm just like, hang on to that, even if it morphs and becomes something different in my head. Hang on to it. The core of that is still good.
Yeah, I haven't even really thought of it outside of recording. Honestly, because I have so much other stuff I'm working on. It's like it's in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
But I'm not like really spending any time. If an idea pops up for it, I don't even really realize the idea is there.
For me, it's the fact I work full-time job in manufacturing, so I have enough mental downtime.
Yep.
That I'm able to just go, hey, wouldn't this be cool?
Yeah. It's kind of one of your jobs that you have a task where you're constantly doing.
But I can mentally check out and go, someplace else for a while.
Yep. Because you're just like,
I'm in the zone, and put it down, and move it here.
But you haven't shut your brain off so much where it's just like, the task that you're doing.
Oh, no.
Because when I worked at Walmart, I got to the point where it was just a task. I could not think of anything.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, that was bad.
I've been there before.
Yeah, I don't want to ever go back to that.
All right.
Okay, so what are your religions?
My first religion, this is the state religion. It's the major religion of my Eastern Empire.
You really need to get these Eastern and Western.
I wrote it down.
Oh, you actually give them names from it? You finally give them names?
I don't actually have a name for the empire itself, but I do have an idea.
Please give it an actual name, and don't do what's become acceptable in not just novels, but on television, to call the big bad the company or the capital. No.
No.
That's laziness.
My evil people have a great name. My Eastern Empire.
Yep.
I like to think of them as the Empire of Light. I have a visual in my head of a Eastern European / German landscape.
Okay.
You do have it's massive amounts of forest with big fields and very, very much kind of a hilly. Yeah, I have an entire mountain range in there.
Oh no, that's not what I'm thinking of.
What?
I'm thinking of and a bunch of people who do this.
No, not at all. But they are.
I know.
They're that country. They have the church is the Children of Mata.
I helped with that name.
Yes, you did. Mata I put together, and it's supposed to mean mother.
Yeah, because we looked up different versions, like for the Japanese, or Chinese, like Asian, like things, and like mana, kind of came with similar to that, and we playing around with it, became a mata.
Yeah, mata, MA_TA.
Yeah.
And they are a religion based upon mothers. They are a matriarchal religion. So the head of the church is actually the empress.
Okay.
And she just the entire thing. The women are the head of the household. The men are labor and outside. Basically, it does still have a very men are the hunter gatherers.
Okay.
Women are at home taking care of the family, but their society goes to the point of women are the legislatures.
Okay.
Men are actually not allowed to have a seat in government. Instead, men have a seat upon the military.
Okay.
So every male in this country is part of the military.
Okay.
You know, called upon in a heartbeat.
Well, you're getting a little too much into actual
society. I know, sorry.
So let's actually
So, my second religion is for my Western Empire. which has a very... It's a desert... Hold on. It's such a weird setup. It has the perfect green zone for producing food.
Okay.
But its southernmost area is full desert. Like, they have a lot of unusable land.
Full of dunes and all that?
Yeah. So, but it's also a very... The green zone, the green food area, is also known to be a little colder.
Okay.
Most of the people live in the colder area.
So the religion...
The church is the Order of You, spelled EWE. They are a very selfish, me first religion. What do you do for yourself? Remember to take care of self. While at the same time, the church actually oversees the entire vice industry of the empire. Yeah, they run the mafia. You pay to the church for protection.
I love that the church is basically the head of the crime lords and everything.
Yeah. Which the head of the church is actually the third son of the emperor.
Oh, nice.
And the emperor does not like vice in his empire. So when he is able to root it out, he uses extreme measures. Like a drug den was found by some of his agents. So they destroyed the city block.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's kind of how far they go.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Tyrant.
He sends messages. Basically, and the church goes, seriously keep it out of sight.
Yeah, no, seriously.
It's easier to deal with us than to deal with him.
Yes. Okay, that's two of your religions.
All right, my third religion is I don't have a name for this one.
Okay.
It is one of the oldest religions on my planet.
Okay.
And it's a sun god religion.
Okay.
Problem is, it was misinterpreted.
Ah.
What it was a prophecy of the chosen one will ascend to the sun. What it really is the a message saying that there will be one of the planet that will have to fill the void. Yeah, slight misinterpret.
Yeah.
But they worship the sun.
Okay. Now, which sun? The actual sun, or the sun that they think is actually the elder being?
So the perception filter prevents us from seeing the elder being.
Yeah. Okay.
So we only have one sun.
Oh, okay.
And it's not blotted out when it actually goes between, or your planet moves in the way.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't blot that out.
The perception filter basically just reflects it over.
Yeah. It's just like, it still comes through. And they have a magic system of their own. Yeah. I had to build that one out. Their magic system, they actually use the elder being magic.
Okay.
That's their source for magic. But it turns out that it's because it's something inside their DNA that allows them to do that, but they can only use it at half power at all time.
Since we're going more, and you're steering off topic of religion.
Sorry,
I know.
My magic got fleshed out.
I know. But no, like what is
so
religion, like what are the practices?
Oh, okay. Well, they're a nomadic people.
Okay.
I still want to. I'm gonna give them a name, and it's gonna be awesome.
Okay. I swear.
Yeah. So what they use it for is they travel the heel, and they're in search of the one.
Okay.
But they don't know
Yeah.
who, where, why, that type of thing. They just know that they have to get the one to a city.
Okay.
But the city is lost. Which brings me to my fourth religion. My fourth religion is the monks of Ruinark.
Unark.
They are the monks of Ruinark. They actually still live inside the lost city. It's in the eye of the magic storm.
That's created based by our planets being there.
Right.
But because of the perception filter, they don't know.
Nobody knows why it's there.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, there's a big magic storm. Nobody wants to travel into it because it means that it's certain death because it is a massive, hardcore magic storm.
And for right now, it stays in one spot.
Yep, it's not moving anywhere right now.
Keyword right now.
But these monks are the best way to describe they are the healers of the planet.
Yeah.
They are in tune with the planetary needs.
Okay.
And they're basically the Jedi.
Yeah.
Their source for magic is from the actual sun.
Yes, the radiant.
Radiant. They're able to just barely bend reality.
I don't know how I agree with that, because the radiant magic system from the sun is elemental.
Well, that's kind of how it works, is that they're able to shift the elements, and part of those elements is reality, okay?
No, because reality is not elemental. But here's the thing, though. I do have a solution for you, though.
Okay.
Because they travel through the magic storm, it gives them a tad bit of... It kind of alters the radiation for them to be able to alter reality just a tad bit.
Ooh, I have a different way of doing this. They perceive magic constantly around them that they're able to use... let's see. They're able to use that. It doesn't actually bend reality. They're just able to do things that, to an outsider, goes, what the hell are you doing? Where did you get that from? And they're like, oh no, I used this magic and this magic, and I did this with it. And it's just like, you shouldn't do that. That doesn't work. And it was like, yeah, but I can lift the elements.
I was doing this.
I'm able to control the elements. Like carbon, I can pull that out of this thing. Carbon dioxide becomes carbon monoxide. Oh.
No, see, that's not one of the elements.
I can create water.
Yeah, because like when I was talking about elements, we're not talking actual elements.
Oh, I was.
We're talking like actual, like the fire, earth, wind, air, stuff like that. Because remember, like when I said the elemental magic system, basically take like what they do for Naruto. They have like
Avatar.
Or Avatar, kind of like Avatar and Naruto, because it's like you have in Naruto you have the 4 or 5. I think it's like earth, leaf, fire, water. I can't remember what it is, but it's like a table. But if you mix the two, you can do these other alternate ones.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that, but it's also the same in a more sense of.
And because of that, they can travel through the magic storm, because it's literally skipping through raindrops and avoiding electricity, which is kind of fire.
One thing that's the thing that I'm saying, like because they travel through it, while they're in it, it does allow them to kind of alter reality in a sense while in the storm.
Basically, allows them to teleport.
Yeah.
That's their closest to. Okay, I like that. It's their closest to warping reality they can.
Oh, I have a better idea. Instead of warping reality, it allows them for like fire, like lightning, to be lightning, like become lightning, to zip to.
That's a teleport.
In a sense.
Yeah. No, they bamf.
They bamf.
Like Nightcrawler. Boomf. Boomf. Boomf.
Do they leave that terrible gas smell?
No, sadly they don't. Well, except for one of them, but only when he's been eating burritos.
Oh, okay.
Damn you, Con!
But yeah, I like that idea, like because they get like when they're instead of like teleporting, it's like they're using lightning, but they're actually, because they're in the storm, they can actually become
lightning.
They can travel through the lightning. So it's kind of a teleport, but they're still in lines of the elemental based powers.
But outside of that, they could, and they spend their days going through the world, traveling the world, looking for new recruits.
Okay.
People who seemingly are able to use this natural, they're in tune with the elements, and they're like, hey, would you like to join us?
So I always just refer to it as the radiant magic.
Yeah.
From the sun, but
well, people wouldn't recognize what it is on my planet. They don't recognize that they are in tune, that they're using this magic. They're just like, no. I didn't realize that.
I mean, for us, I refer to it as the radiant system. So we can just keep track of all the different magic systems.
Yeah, I've got elemental over here.
But it's basically because the source of the power comes from the sun, because it's radiant. So the further you're away from the sun, the less power there is to be hitting the planet. So somehow when these races became space travel and they travel to planets further in the system, they still have access to the radiant system, but how much power they're going to be hitting with on a constant, it's going to be far less.
Yep.
For it. So, but okay. Have you come up with any practices or ceremonies or anything like for your religions?
The monks teach it's kata.
Okay.
They don't truly have. It's a lot of meditation in kata and having your body be perfectly in line with the elements of the planet.
Okay.
That way you can. Their entire mission is to be able to help fix the planet when the next cataclysm comes.
Ah, okay.
Not realizing that it's going to happen real soon.
For the other religions, for your Western Empire, I'm assuming crime is basically would be considered a tenet or a form of a ritual for the religion.
Not exactly.
Okay.
Not exactly. The front of the church basically is that they teach that you take care of yourself. You do for you before you do for anyone else. And because of that, they're like, oh no, do you want to hit the slot machine? I don't know.
Okay.
But
so it's
vice it's weird too, because you have the counterbalance of the emperor not liking drug use, but vice, hookers, all gambling, those are widely accepted.
Yeah, it's drugs.
Specifically, drug use is looked down upon so hard.
Almost like crime. Public crime is
public crime is frowned upon. Trying to rob a bank.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, dude, don't do that.
The emperor is no.
Yeah.
And the church is that's what, keep it to yourself.
The church is that is actually our money, but because also crime like that, the emperor believes that every single coin that is in circulation is actually his.
Yes.
He's allowed the people to have it.
Yeah. Almost in a sense, it's the church is no, we approve of what you're doing, but we disapprove that you are doing it publicly.
Yeah.
Because now we have to. This guy over here is going to get pissed off, and if he comes to us, because he knows we're in charge.
Yeah.
You don't want to. Having him deal with him is going to be better for you, because if he comes to us and you have to deal with us because we have to deal with him, it's going to be far worse. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll just. The only thing I have based on my religions and my world, really quickly, is that there will be a small. So I think this is diving a little bit more into society. We'll cover it more in the next session, but some tribes of the humanoids will see the angel, the dicks, as gods and worship them. And of course, they're dicks, so they love it.
Yeah.
But there is not necessarily. I don't really feel like there's gonna be a traditional religion, of a holy day, or anything like that.
Yeah. No, my Eastern Empire. It's not. There's there's no holy day. It's not, they don't have a Christmas.
Yeah.
Instead, you'll have a festival. It's for them, the big one is actually the end of harvest festival.
Yeah.
Basically, Oktoberfest.
It'll be, like
they get drunk a lot.
The people who do worship the angels, it's more like they'll praise, or whenever like they do something enough where it gets to the dick to like, okay, you've given me enough, or like, I won't be a dick this time, and I'll do something for you. Or if there's having a bad day, they're like, fuck you all. Drown.
Oh, wow.
Like,
you've got the ones that they're either like, I'm not going to listen to you, I'm not going to do anything for you, or I'm going to drown all of your firstborn.
Basically, think of it this way. As some people have described the God of the Old Testament.
Old Testament God. Okay.
No, like kind of like the God of the God of the Bible. Some people like to say he's bipolar.
Okay, sometimes he's really, 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 really nice. Other times he makes Lot's wife a pile of salt.
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, according to the Bible, we're in the good side of the poet until he changes his mind again.
Oh,
no, like, that's what they're on.
No.
But basically, take that instead of billions of years, like thousands of years of doing that. No, it switches all the time.
It's like today.
Like one day they wake up and they're like, I'm gonna drown them all. I'm gonna drown them all. They're all gonna die. By the time I get there, it's like, oh, a butterfly. Oh, that's pretty. You know what? I'm gonna reward you guys.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he does that, he trips and it's like, there's one person over here. It's like,
bad thing for you.
You're cursed for the next 20 years.
And walks away.
And walks away.
And I'm out.
But there's not gonna be like a religious ceremonies where someone preaches their message or anything like that. It's gonna be like, we have this shrine over there to them. We put stuff there when we can or we want to, and hope it appeases them and not pisses them off. But that's about it. And they kind of hope that they'll eventually do something that'll make the dicks not be dicks and actually help them out. Because of what they're striving for is pure, like, what's the word? Neutrality. Like, because when it comes to push comes to shove, they side with the dickishness of their side. So as long as they can do something that will make them not be a dick and just kind of ignore them, that's great. But they're always hopeful that they may do something beyond where they might get the non-dick side of them. But that's what they're basically. If I'm gonna go with religion, I can see being there. And that's as far as I would say with religions. Because I haven't fleshed out the other races.
Okay.
Who knows? They are the. I don't know if it's gonna be the humanoids. The humans are gonna be aware of the elder being. I think they will be because of their transport over. But they just kind of ignore him.
Yeah, my energy beings that came over from yours, the angel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really can't call him an angel. He's by this point in my story, he's considered just a ghost.
Yeah.
Who has been haunting a family line for a very long time.
Ooh, yeah. Like when the first time he introduces to his ancestor, he should do like the.
Oh yeah, yeah. No. He's gonna slide right up and be like, "Boo!"
Like
she's gonna be like, "What the?
What?
Oh man, it's fun every time I do that."
He's like, "I love it when."
Who are you? Okay, so I'm your great. Like how many greats? Look, I started this family line, so yeah. Just call me Bob. Just call me Bob.
How many greats? I started this line about 4,000 years ago, so quite a few.
Quite a few. Okay, you don't need to go through all of them. Okay, thank you, because last time I had to do this, it was 10 minutes of me doing that.
You know the thing,
and that was 1,000 years ago.
See, what you should do is a running joke should be is the chosen one. She should be like, kind of like, so. how many grades? Like, what grade are we up to? I was like, really?
Hold on, I get it. And he distracts him for a while, and he just like walks away.
And she wants him to.
Hi, get back here.
Because if he asks her to do it, he will do it.
Oh yeah,
because he loves talking about his like ancestry and all that, and what he did and what he's done. But like, so he's like, wait, where I left off? Like I think I was like 56 grades. Okay, so they were great.
Well, there was sweet aunt. Well, for you, she would have been your great. This continued for 3 minutes as they walked down the road.
Oh no, she just walked off. But
he keeps following.
Yeah, but he doesn't realize that she's leaving. No, she's doing something else.
I'm following along. Yeah. Keeps going.
It's like, especially like when he's mad at her for not doing something. Like, oh, so what grade was my great aunt, my aunt Petunia, Dragon Slayer? Oh, that was hold on. And like he's been like yelling at her. He's like, oh, hold on, that was she was hurt. And it just distracts him for a second. And by the time he comes back to like training, he's like, oh yeah, you did that completely wrong. So here's what you need to completely calm again. It's just a running on story. At the end of the story, he finally says, "Oh yeah, there's a I was your," and he just says the number. He finally gets there, and then it's a little bit more or less of the story where he's like, she wants him to be distracted. He's like, so it was like, we already covered this. I told you it. It's this number. She's like, fuck, can't use that anymore. It's like, use it for what? Never mind.
All right,
but okay.
So yeah, I mean that's
good planning.
All I got.
We can move on to society.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, so that was us talking about races and religion, and how I still find it hilarious that this was my idea and Adam's done more work on it than I have.
I actually don't feel like I've done a lot of work. Like, most of that is still just in my head. It's not written down.
Yeah, but you've thought about it. I haven't thought about this.
That's true.
Everything I've thought about it was more like me proposing an idea and you going like, that's not possible. Well, obviously, by laws of physics. Well, this is a fantasy world.
It's just not possible, bro.
It's not possible by physics. Well, obviously, there's going to be magic involved, so that solves the problem. And then we got the elder being eventually from that. So every so often, I throw you an idea and you're like, this can't happen. Or like, maybe if you do this, I'm like, and that just kind of happens. But I never really think about it when I'm at home or anything like that. One of these days, like, we're going to go to the planning session, and I'm just going to lay out all this stuff for you. Like, where did that come from? I'm like, it finally clicked in my head. It got to the point where I annoyed myself. Like, I had enough in my subconscious to go, like, you really need to work on this physically. And it's like, fine.
Yeah.
And I won't. Of course, I don't tell you that. But yeah, so that's what you. So you can just kind of see how we went about using some of the stuff that we did. We've talked about with society and race, or religion and race.
Yeah, sorry, I got into society for a second.
Because that's what Adam really wants to talk about. So he's going to probably talk a lot in the next episode.
Yeah, exactly.
And, this is about 48 minutes. It's about what I thought the planning sessions were actually would take about.
Sweet.
Because we're actually planning stuff, so. But yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, let us know down in the comments what you thought about how we came up with the stuff we did. Please feel free to condemn and criticize me for not doing work on this stuff.
Exactly.
Because maybe if enough of you actually criticize me, I actually want to put you to shame and show you what I can actually do when I actually think about it. I got so much other stuff I gotta do. But on your way down there, before you comment, be sure to give us a thumbs up. You made it almost 50 minutes. By the time I'm done talking with this wrap up, it's going to be 50 minutes. So give us a thumbs up. Come on, you know you want to. My voice alone is pure gold. I mean, I do apologize for Adam's voice. Ugh.
Wow. Wow.
Do you want me to go to the face joke that I have from As the Buckle Turns?
No, we're good. We're good.
Okay, that's what I thought. But also, after you give us a thumbs up, be sure to hit subscribe, ring the bell, so you know when all of the videos, gaming videos, and podcasts go live on the 01 podcast group. Adam, what's the tagline?
I mean, join in on the fun, man.
It's dumb.
Okay.
I actually saying, dude, I will say I actually do like fun being in there.
Yeah, join the fun.
But no, I don't like to join the fun.
Click the notification bell and join the fun.
Okay, maybe it's better than join us. I'll tell you that much.
Oh.
But anyway, click the subscribe button and the bell and join the fun, and then go down and make a comment.
Yes.
Adam, anything else you want to say before going off?
Get out there and write.
Sounds good for me.